everybody, welcome to this playthrough for Rookie Division in the Holiday Hills tournament. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. And before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content. Last but not least, get the December special on patreon.com/golfclashtommy, where you can get the updated text guide for a major discount. And in this video, you can find on the right hand side the info box with the elevation for the drive, elevation for the second shot, then also the ball that I think would be the most useful one to play with, and also what type of club that I think is going to be the key clubs. Make sure that you comment in the comment section below if you do have any questions. And in this playthrough as well, you're going to notice that in Rookie, it's not going to be easy to get stuff to drop. But in the end, if you play for fairway than for green, you're going to see yourself doing way better than many of your opponents. So let's go to hole number 1. So for hole number 1, we're going to play with an elevation adjustment, which is 15% over adjustment. And when we play with an over adjustment, it means that we do need to add to our normal adjustment. This to be able to compensate for the extra amount the ball is going to fly in the air. 3 bars backspin here, but I would say reduce and play with 2 bars backspin instead. White ring halfway through the rough on the left hand side, and we aim directly at the hole. Here I'm playing with a Marlin ball, and you can play with either Marlin or basic ball depending on if you have any Marlins or not. But the thing that I want to get to is that you don't need anything special to play this particular hole. Tough one to get on hole in 1 on, but should definitely get you close. For hole number 2, we are going to play with the extra mile, and we are going to play with a power 3 ball. We do want the power 3 ball so we do get the distance for the drive, but also, and I would say especially for the second shot. 4.5 bars side spin to the left with 1 bar backspin. And the reason we use backspin here, it's because we have tailwind and we need to get the ball to stop before it rolls into the rough. Yellow ring to the left by the rough line. We need to aim very close to the rough. And then we're going to go with a little bit of curl to the left. Not much, but that is to prevent the ball from going into the rough on the right, especially if we would be hitting a great shot. 10% over adjusted for the drive. This one needs, due to the ball is going to be affected more by the wind for the drive. Second shot, we don't have to bother with any type of elevation here. We just play it as it is. But now you can see how important it is to play with the big dog and also play with a power 3 ball. Because we are still, even if we're using a club that gives us more distance than using a more accurate club like the Sniper or the Viper, that we're going to still not have enough distance to get towards the green. So now we need to kind of eyeball a little bit and judge and play by feeling on how we do think this ball is going to react once it hits the ground. I would say that go with half a bar to 1 bar of topspin is going to be enough. We're going with a little bit too much here, and obviously with a great shot to the right, this is not going to be anywhere close. But in the end, it's going to be a safe way for us making the eagle on this very tough par 5 from front tee. For hole number 3, we're going to go for green. This is a par 4 that is played like a par 3. Power 0 ball is going to be super important here because we rather want to play with our driver than we want to play with a wood club. So I play with a Marlin ball using 4 bars topspin and 2.5 bars side spin to the right. And now we also want to play with a driver that gives us 4 bars backspin. So whatever driver you have with 4 bars, sorry, not backspin, topspin, is going to be the club that you do want to use. Because we need the 4 bars to be able to bounce on the fairway into the rough and roll out to the green. Or like on the green, or like being very close to the green. 10% over adjustment is what we do need. And when the ball bounces here, it bounces into the rough and we roll out to the green, we're going to sit there having a very easy eagle putt, and that is going to be giving us an advantage over our opponents. Hole number 4, we are going to play with the Viper or the Sniper, and we're going to make an over adjustment of 10%. And here I'm playing with a Quasar ball, trying to find a spot that gives me a consistent bounce. I'm going to use 4.5 bar side spin to the left and 2 bars of backspin. The thing here though is that it's very hard to get this one consistent, and as we're going to be in between clubs for doing the rough bump, we're going to go in between clubs for bouncing before the rough and the sand, and therefore, you know, we need to find a spot on the right hand side here, try to kick in the ball to the left here for a potential hole-in-one. I'm going to choose, as I said, Sniper or the Viper, depending on if I have the Sniper in level 4 or better. Quasar ball for the side spin, and that's gonna be all for hole number 4. For hole number 5, we are going to play with a Quasar ball, which is a power 1 ball, and we're playing with extra mile that gives us the most distance as a driver. 2 bars top spin and 4.5 bars side spin to the left, and now we're going to use a little overpower. 50% overpower is what I'm judging this one to be. And the thing that I would like you to have in mind here, that you can play with a power 3 ball here, or that for that matter a power 2 ball, but picking a Titan here, power 3 ball, will make you stay away from using that much overpower, or if so, using even any overpower whatsoever. So have that in mind. Second shot, we do need a little side spin to the right, and here we do have a little problem with the backbone, as we do not have the distance enough with the backbone. So I would suggest here though to play with the Goliath if you have that one at least in level 3. If you don't have the Goliath in level 3, I would be going with the backbone, even if that would require a bit tougher shot here. I do think this is going to be a very tough hole, making an eagle on, so be happy with a birdie. Hole number 6, we are going to use an elevation adjustment of 20%. That means that this ball is going to be massively affected by the wind when we play downhill. So therefore we add 20% and we're going to play maximum distance together with that. You can see here that I changed from a Titan to a Katana. This because I thought using side spin 3 is going to be crucial. It's not. We can stick with a Titan, and I do think that sticking with the Titan is going to be the better way to play this hole, due to the fact that we do need the distance for the second shot. But this is a course where it's way harder from front tee with lower level clubs than it's going to be from second tee. Do not forget to use like half a ball of curl with your drive, so you can kick the ball in a little bit more to the right than with the drive. Otherwise we're most likely going to end up in the rough or into the sand on the left hand side. Second shot, you can see we are just in max distance with the big dog and the power 2 ball, and here is where I want us to play with a Titan ball, giving ourselves a little bit more distance. It's going to make this shot a bit more easier for us as well. Make sure that you can see the second bounce, not clipping the rough on the other side before you start adjusting, so you make sure that you're gonna bounce over. If you feel uncomfortable with this shot, make sure you use 1 to 2 bars of topspin. You can come in a bit hot. You will still have an easy putt to make the eagle. But if you do want to push it, try to get it in for an albatross. Then you have to go with a little bit of backspin, max side spin to the right, and try to get the ball very close to the rough line as I showed there. No elevation for the second shot, and the big dog, it's a crucial club here, playing from front tee, as we do need the distance for the second shot. Hole number 7, we are going to play with a backbone and a Quasar, and we're going to play on the left side, or like the left fairway spot, instead of going over the right side. The reason for that is because of the wind. Now we do have the wind coming left to right, which is going to help us trying to get to pin directly. 20% over adjustment is that we do need, combined with playing it maximum distance. So even if we aren't in maximum distance of our club, we're here going to use a maximum distance adjustment with the 20% extra. Now we're going to play 3.8 rings. We're using max side spin to the right, half a bar of backspin, and then half a ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the right. You're going to notice that we do use a little bit too much curl, so if we reduce the curl a little bit, we're going to definitely have a much better time getting a hole-in-one on hole number 7. Going into hole number 8, we do need to get this ball to green, or at least close to it, and that's what we're aiming for. I'm trying first with a big topper here to see, do we have the distance enough? But then, a big topper level 4, having to overpower a big topper with a very bad accuracy is not going to be the ideal situation. So I changed to an extra mile, and playing with a driver that gives me the most distance and minimum 4 bars of topspin. And now we do want the ball to bounce on the fairway into the rough and then roll out to the fairway at least. And of course, ultimately, we want this ball to the green, but it's not going to happen every single time. So we do need to take it for what it is, but try to get this ball to roll through the rough. You do need to go with a little bit more overpowering than I did here. The ball is going to bounce and we're going to be lucky to roll through the rough here. So we do need this ball to come a bit further up and then we're going to be fine. Do not forget to over adjust the 15% for the drive. And once you have done that, you push up your target to max, then use overpower. Then you're going to get that ball to the fairway and then you have a very good chance. Last but not least, we're going to play hole number 9, 4.5 bar topspin, or let's say like this, use as much topspin that you possible can. You do want to have a driver with as much distance and topspin as possible because we do want to reach as far as possible. Playing with a power 3 ball is an absolute must. And once we have made our adjustment of maximum distance plus 10%, we are going to push up our target into max. And then we're gonna go with 100% overpower. You don't have to go with 100% overpower, but it's preferred. So if you feel very uncomfortable with a max overpowered shot for the drive, then you reduce and play with a little bit less. But nonetheless, you do need to go with overpower, as we do need to play on the left hand side. Second shot, I have suggested the big dog in the info box, and that is what I'm still going to suggest even though I play with a Viper. I do think that we need to make sure that we do have distance for the second shot. So it's going to be one out of two things. One, we can have a much better opportunity going for the albatross from distance. Two, we're going to be able to save ourselves if we make a bad drive and go short. So in the end, now even though we get this ball in a nice way here, I'm gonna have an easy wedge from the fringe. But in the end, use the big dog as the second shot. That's going to be much, much better. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this playthrough for Rookie Division. Make sure that you comment in the comment section below. Also, get the December special on patreon.com/golf-tommy. Try it out and see if the guides are something for you. Go to golf-tommy.com. We have guides for all tours, all tournaments, golden shot, everything that you need. Check it out as well. All the links in the video description down below. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. Good luck.